Good evening. Uh, yes, I think my slides and my discussion may be slightly different, but I hope also to give you some insights into my journey in my work life. So, just to introduce myself, I think some of you may know me as Maan. I'm working in Dhiraagu all my life. 23 years I have been working in Dhiraagu now. So you must be thinking, he must be a quite boring guy, right? 23 years in a single company working, so it must be quite boring. Let's find out. Find out what I have done over the 23 years, and whether it's a boring journey or whether there was something, some fun along the way. So. Really, how did it actually happen? Why or how did actually I join Dhiraagu? When I finished school, I was very clear in my mind that I would want to be a mathematics teacher. Very clear. I was doing tuition classes because this was back in 1990, long time. Like some of you might not be even born by that time. So, yeah, want to be a maths teacher, but then ended up in a technology company. So actually some of my friends were trying to join Dhiraagu when I came to meet them and applied just to just as an interim job. So that is actually how I got into Dhiraagu. I was probably not even good at technical things at that time, more focused on doing a mathematics degree and probably teach at a school in Maldives. But a very big change for me, and my intention was it was more an interim interim job for me until I get an opportunity to do my mathematics degree program. But things turned out to be very different. They took me as a technician in, some of you may have seen already this place, satellite station behind the National Security Service building or in Sultan Park. So I joined there as a technician, and I was told actually at that time by the supervisors that this place actually handles the international calls from the Maldives to the other countries. And at that time probably there was about 9 or 10 calls happening. Maximum we could handle was 9 or 10 calls in a simultaneous calls. So that was the level of traffic from Maldives to the world. But I was actually open to the systems, equipment. So actually it caught me by surprise. We didn't have internet. We didn't know anything about telecommunication at that time. Straight from school, what we could see is a lot of machines, big machines, and I had no idea what that does actually. So supervisors helped us to learn about the technology, and I tried to be a mathematician, trying to become a technical engineer. So I was working very hard. The only material I could have was big equipment or system manuals. So I made sure that I read all the pages when I was on duty or when I was looking after the systems. I read all the pages, page by page, try to understand myself, how it works. So I was doing a lot of self-learning in the process using these manuals, and at the same time the company was always very good. They trained me, they sent me abroad for my higher studies. So yes, they were supporting me in between, but I built my engineering career. I became a professional telecoms engineer. I could get job opportunities anywhere really, not only Maldives, outside, because I built this knowledge in fixing things, in attending mobile telephony or fixed telephony. I could do that, and I forgot about my mathematics career after some time. So that was from 1990 to 96, and then again things changed, because at that time I was doing my work, but then from 96 onwards they put me in charge of a team. So I started managing departments, managing technical departments, 30 staff, 40 staff. So I got people around me. Instead of me being an engineer doing work, I had to get people to do jobs, people to do technical jobs. I had to train, share my knowledge, coach some of them. So again, these challenges are quite different. I was assigned a budget, a cost center, so I had to start meeting my budget. I had to do a set of scope objectives in a given budget with given resources. Some constraints were there and I had to meet deadlines. So it was completely again a different experience to my former self as an engineer. Now I can't do work, I have to lead and manage others to do work. Again, it was interesting because although there was challenges, different challenges, it's interesting. I got a lot of positive feedback from my team members. As a result, I again started to like that job more than my previous job. So I started to do a better work of it. I'm sure again, when you become from an engineer to a manager, you would expect, you need to learn how to manage. So yes, I was learning, I was studying things that I need to know how to, get maximum out of people, how to make a productive team. So all those knowledge and skills I was actually acquiring during that process while I was appointed as a manager. So and during that period, I was fortunate enough to lead projects where we actually installed first telephone lines in Puldufushi, first telephone lines in Gaf Tinadu. So I was lucky enough to be there. So I can actually recollect those moments even today as if it happened yesterday. It was very joyful moments because for the people of that island it was an extended, a very memorable moment. First time they had a telephone in the island, and I was part of it. I saw the joy on the faces of the people, the customers, our customers, and actually that made me to do even more work, a better work, and also get my team motivated even more. And during this process, during this management process where I was involved in doing coaching, helping the company with technology strategies, I learned that I could actually add value to the external organizations, our friends. I could actually share my experiences, my knowledge, my methodologies. So I started actually a small part-time business where I was doing some training programs. I was doing some training programs on management, supervisory roles, strategy development for different organizations in the Maurice and some of the companies like airports company, STO, Allied Insurance, water company. I have done a lot of projects, especially in terms of project management. I have done training, and also I introduced quality management system, which is ISO standard. I did some work. I introduced that into some of the organization and managed to do some work with some of these clients. So again, that is something I did, very different to my previous role. So all my technical role, managing people, requires me different type of knowledge and skills. But this job that I did to train and stand in front of a crowd, explain them something, and explain them a procedure to follow, that was quite different. And again, it put me under a lot of pressure. But I had to prepare myself. A lot of effort was done to prepare and study these different areas, and it allowed me to actually again expand my horizon in terms of knowledge, understand different markets, not only telecoms, as well as I was getting quite a lot of positive feedback, and that meant I continued my work. But then came 2007, where I had to make a choice again. I did actually made one of the biggest decisions, which is I left behind my engineering technology career and moved into commercial marketing of Dhiraagu. In 2007, as you can recall, there was competition. Marketing is becoming the driving force of an organization. I have been in technology for 17 years with Dhiraagu. I started to feel that the joy or the kick that I used to get, has probably been declining. So I thought, why not shift your attention to somewhere else? Maybe you can add more value to the organization. So I thought, finding a way to move myself into commercial. So that's where, so basically, it's an internal motivation, internal interest to do add value, and also to get more out of that in terms of satisfaction, challenge, a new challenge, a fresh challenge. I moved to commercial area, and that's why I'm now able to actually lead Dhiraagu's marketing team because of that decision I took in 2007. Yes, they didn't put me into this position when I joined. I shifted. I had to do a lot of work, learning, and again, it's not something I did for the 17 years. So that means a lot of extra work, extra hours, commitment. Always focus on. I focused on continuous improvement. That means everything I do, I always know there will be further areas of improvement, further tweaks that you can do. And one of the challenging with this work was also to come in front of TV, come in front of public, and speak, do public speaking, which was also challenging. I mean, it's different to a training room exercise. So for me, that was also something new I experienced. So overall, the question is, what's the story? How did I do all these things? I think if I reflect on this, I think the message I'm trying to highlight is, you can do something good by repeatedly doing it over a period of time. You can be in your comfort zone. You can be in your area where you will do it. You will do the work best for a number of years. But sometimes you might need to it might be better for you to step outside of that comfort zone, stretch yourself, and explore new things. There might be something more that you might gain. Certainly, my experience is I gain much more by expanding my comfort zone, stretching it to different areas. And I've just shared with you how I moved, and for each of those new challenges that I faced, I had to learn new things. I had to work with different people, different challenges, and by addressing or working with those challenges, attending those things, I was able to actually get much more satisfaction, positive feedback, and progress in the organization and in the community, in my family, as a result of these steps that I have taken. I think also if you are thinking of moving out of your comfort zone, and I recommend actually for anyone who is in an organization, you don't have to actually change the organization to move out of the comfort zone. You can, even within an organization, look at these opportunities. And my recommendation is, recommendation is always look at changing yourself and exploring different things, but be prepared to work at it. The first thing you need is you need to be very passionate about the work. Enjoy it, enjoy the people, enjoy the challenges. Even if you have to work extra hours over the weekend, enjoy it. So the passion should be there. It shouldn't be declining. Because you have something new problem or new challenge in front of you. You don't actually see that you don't come to office the other day, or sleep and be absent to the office. What you do is you actually go 1 hour early to do that and face the challenge. So that should be the spirit. At the same time, this learning is something that I always valued in my experience over 23 years. The moment you stop adding value to the organization, to the team members, that means that's the moment where you become useless to the organization. So by continuously learning and improving, you continue to add value to the people you talk, also to the organization. That means for organization you are important, and they will retain you, and they will make sure that you progress in the organization. But the day you stop doing that learning, that means you are not able to add value, and that means you become useless for the organization. So this is also very important if you are stretching your comfort zone. And fourth, be ready to share your knowledge, collaborate with team members, work in teams, share. There is no harm in sharing. The more you share, the more people you develop, the more recommendations you would get or references you would get. As a result, you will have a successful career, and that is really my story. I hope there was something useful there. Thank you very much.